Is the stock market going up tomorrow? Is the stock market going down tomorrow? I don't know. Nobody can predict what's going to happen in the stock market for today, next month, next year. It doesn't work like that. But what I do know is that the stock market is going higher over long term. Historical numbers tell you that if you invest in the stock market over time, not trying to time the market, but over time, the stock market goes high. And what that means for you out there, I'm talking to you right there, is to invest right now. Don't worry about who's the federal chair. Don't worry about who's the president. Don't get all emotional about politics, because if you do, you're going to set yourself up for failure. You got to invest for long term. You're not a trader. Now, if you want to trade the market, that's something totally different. But here on this channel, we talk to long-term investors. I'm talking to my 9-to-5 guys, the guys who don't have much, who want to invest $40, $50 over long-term consistently. Consistently means you take your paycheck. You pay yourself first, right? You pay your bills. You have something left over. Instead of spending your money on nonsense, you invest into the stock market. You put into those ETFs. Or if you're an individual investor, like you buy individual stocks such as Apple, Nvidia, some of the big ones like Walmart, Costco, some of those big companies, and you've been doing it for a long time, you consistently put $50 to $100 a month into those stocks over 20 to 25 years. Growing at maybe 12, 15%, you'll be fine. But if you're trying to trade this market based on emotions, based on the president, based on war, based on social issues, that doesn't matter. You have to take the emotion out of it. We cannot worry about voting and all that stuff right now. You have to be invested, because what's going to happen with this new Federal Reserve, this new Federal Reserve is a student of Alan Greenspan. And for all those who maybe know a little bit about Alan Greenspan, he was the Federal Reserve under Ronald Reagan. After Ronald Reagan, the stock market went straight up, pretty much straight up. It just did, because of what they did is they lowered interest rates so low over time that people just pile into the stock market. So you may want to invest for long term, especially with this AI stuff that's going on and quantum and all this crazy stuff. Take advantage of it. I know the stock market's out of whack. I know the drama in the White House is crazy. I understand all that. I understand all the social stuff and ICE and all that stuff, Iran, but you cannot let those things, those news actions or whatever is going on over there affect your investment. Because if you're over 40, if you're close to 50, or if you're over 60 or whatever, you do not want to mess up your investments for long term, because over time, all this stuff is going to be nonsense. Just if you look at the S&P 500 over time, just look at it, right? Stretch it out over time. You'll see little dips here and there. Those dips are market events, some black swan events. But then also close the chart. You'll see that the chart is going to the right like this. Those dips do not matter. What that means is you cannot play politics. You cannot get emotional. And they want you to get emotional. They want you to sell your stocks. And that's why every day they'll raise the stock market up, and then a tweet will come down and the stock market go down, or the tweet will come up and the stock market goes up, because they want you to react. They want you to react to the stock market and sell your stocks, so then they can go over here and buy them. So let's just say you had some Nvidia stock, and you know what? You're like, dang, the president said this. I'm selling it. I don't trust it. And then they going to come in and buy it. You cannot get emotional. You are a long-term investor. That means you're going to invest for 5, 7, 10, 15, 20, 25 years. You're not worrying about none of this stuff. I know I'm not. And that's why I try to preach on this channel. 9-to-5 guys, men over 40 who don't have much, who are consistent, maybe have a little bit, and they want to invest in the stock market. You do not have to be rich, but you cannot let your emotions get involved. You cannot let your politics get involved. You have to do your research on the stocks that you want to buy for long term. If you're investing in Apple, if you're investing in Nvidia, Broadcom, Walmart, some of the greatest companies that you know are going to last for infinity, or maybe not infinity, but at least for 10, 20 years. You know these companies going to last for long term. You don't get emotional about this nonsense. You don't care what's happening on the TV. You don't care who's the Federal Reserve. You are a long-term investor. You're trying to have retirement. You're trying to get the hell out of here. You're trying to take your money that you made over here in America, become a passport bro or a retiree overseas. I don't know. But you ain't trying to waste your money over here, and you're not playing these games. You are a long-term investor. You are a man of means. You have worked your butt off. You're a hard-working man. You've been working for all this time. You're not going to let a news article or a news clip affect your long-term journey to become a retiree with a lot of money for generational wealth, or just to live comfortably while you're of age. And you may want to live overseas, or you want to travel the world, or you want to buy yourself something nice, or you want to live a comfortable life. If you let a tweet, a post, a TikTok post, or a Facebook, whatever, if you let that affect your investments for long term, you're being a fool. And they want you to be like that. No, you want to do your research in some of the greatest companies in America. You want to invest for long term. You worked your 9-to-5 job. You got some money left over. You're not going to go out there and spend on a date. You're not going to go out there and spend on some Nikes, some Jordans. No, you're going to take that $40, $50 that you have extra every week. That's going to lead up to about $200 a month, and you're going to invest into the S&P 500. And I've gave you the ticker symbols for those. I gave you VOO. I gave you VTI. I gave you QQQ, SCHD. Those are the foundations of your long-term investments. Now, if you're an individual, you want to buy individual stocks, then you look at some of those big companies, some of those $1 trillion companies that's going to invest for long term. And if you happen to have the opportunity to invest in some of the big IPOs that's happening this year, like SpaceX or Anthropic or OpenAI, which is ChatGPT, you do that. But you don't play those games with the TV and the Twitter and the social media. No, you don't care. You are a long-term investor. You've been working your butt off, man. You've been putting away money consistently. So you're not going to let that stuff reflect you or affect you and make you sell your stocks because of a post. No, because every day this stuff changes. You can't let your politics get involved, and you can't let your emotions get involved. Take your heart out of it. You got to be greedy. You got to be an investor. Be like them. You see the Wall Street people? You think they care about poor people? You think they care about immigration? You think they care about who's on welfare, who's not, who's present? They don't care. They are investors. They're looking at the company, the actual stock. You don't look at the macro. The macro is the big picture. No, you look at the micro. Why are you worrying about Trump post? Why are you worrying about who's dating who on TikTok? Why are you worrying about who's getting drafted in NFL or what this quarterback is doing? You don't pay attention to news. You pay attention to the companies. You can't play these games no more. You don't have that much time, my man. You got to invest. You're trying to retire. You're trying to have money for long term. Meanwhile, you're on social media worrying about who's dating who. Nah, man. Don't let those social media and all the information on social media dictate how you're going to live your life when you're of age, when you're 60, 65 years. You cannot play those games. You are an investor. If you paid attention to my channel, that's all I talk. I say the same things over and over and over. To my men out there, if you do not have a pension, you need to open up a Roth IRA immediately. Take advantage of this guy. This guy likes the stock market. Take advantage of it. This president loves the stock market. He doesn't want the stock market to fall. So if it's cheating involved or whatever, I don't know. If there's inside investment, I don't care. If the stock market's going up, you better ride that wave. Don't let your emotions or who team or political side you are rooting for, don't let that affect your long-term goal. At the end of the day, you're still going to be striving. And all this nonsense that happened in 2024 to 2028 is going to be gone. It's going to be a blimp. It's going to be a little dot in the stock market. Meanwhile, the stock market's going to go up. Take advantage of it. Do not play these games. Yeah, I know, I understand. Every day you open up your social media apps, there's news about the Iran war and things are going to be over with. The Strait of Hormuz. You don't care really. Who cares, man? You're doing your research on these stocks. You're buying for long term. You don't care what's going to happen tomorrow or what's going to happen next week. What matters is if this company is going to continue to make money for the next 5, 10, 15 years. That's what matters. Do they have a little bit of debt? That's what matters. You're looking at their budget. You're looking at their financial statements. You're looking at their product. You listen to the CEO. The CEO is telling you, hey, you know what? We have a service. We have a product that people want. And we think that the company's going to grow at this much percentage over the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years or the next quarter. You compare your quarters. This quarter, every quarter, the company's making money consistently. Last quarter was making this much. Now this quarter is making this much. It's an increase. Their debt came down. Their cash flow went up. Their financial statement is really good. And the CEO has a good understanding of what's going on. He's smart. He's articulate. That's what matters. Not the nonsense on Twitter. Not the nonsense on TikTok. None of that Facebook stuff and Instagram. That stuff does not matter. Does not matter what the president posts. Yeah, he's going to post something in short term. It's going to affect the stock market. But long term, does Walmart care what the president posts today? You are investing for the long term. That's why I continue to say the same thing over and over and over. You have to put money in it, no matter if the stock market is here. Over time, it's going there. That's all I know. So consistently put money in the stock market. Don't listen to the nonsense. Don't get emotional. Don't play politics. You are a long-term investor. In the meantime, stay focused on your money. Stay focused on your bread. Subscribe to the channel. Comment, like, let's get it. Keep it Econ 100, man. You already know.